Disclaimer. If you haven't watched my previous game theory video, I highly recommend that you pause this video and watch that video first, as it will give you the missing context in this video. The link for that video will be in the description. Hello, Internet! Welcome to SSJ Ryaku. And yes, I stole MatPat's intro. Deal with it. Anyways, in today's video, I'll be discussing the teaser that may have just confirmed the game theory I made about Dr.Schneil. So let's get into it.
You take the battle and it's over. Gotta drop my composure, cause I'm staring into space. And now my heart's beating fast, like a big start on the chapter. I'll soon reveal the beast. There's a beast in my soul, and it wants to evolve. Can't be pushing me so I can end it. Now the words leave your tongue, where your gas power comes from. The same to do that place that you condemn to.
On February 21st, 2025, Snail Queen posted this video in which it shows Mr. X, an unknown character, who is apparently going to help our MC, Bella Escargot, get the shell-to-leg transplant surgery. Keep in mind, this video was posted 2 days after a video of Bella entering her home and finding both Hefe and Dr.Schneil in her home, meaning this video is a continuation of the last one. In the video, Bella frantically texts Mr. X, saying, "I need you to respond to this as soon as you see this. Schneil was in my house. In my house." To which Mr. X responds almost immediately, "Are you okay? What did he do? Do you need any medical assistance?" Bella answers no, to which Mr. X says, "I've been asking you to leave, haven't I?" And Bella answers yes. Mr. X then responds with, "The doctor is suspicious of you." Judging by Mr. X's frantic responses and questions, this might mean my theory that Dr. Schneil is the villain is correct. Given that Mr. X and Bella were frantic about Dr. Schneil being in her home, this tells me something, and that something is one thing. Dr. Schneil is the villain. Why? Because if you notice, one of the first things Mr. X asked was, "Do you need any medical assistance?" This tells me that Mr. X was concerned for Bella's well-being, but why would he need to do that when Dr. Schneil is a good person? Unless Dr. Schneil isn't all good as I suspected. If Dr. Schneil was a good person, Mr. X wouldn't be this urgent about asking that question to Bella, yet he did. Almost as if he expected Schneil to harm her. Not to mention, it's not a general concern too. It was specific, almost immediate, and intense. So that begs the question, why was Mr. X so frantic about Dr. Schneil being at Bella's house, and why was Bella panicked too? Well, as Mr. X said, Dr. Schneil is suspicious of Bella. But of what exactly? Unfortunately, the answer I've come up with changes my theory up. You see, in my last theory video, I said Dr. Schneil wanted to make the shell-to-leg transplant surgery mandatory to make snail people more like humans, yet I'm starting to think otherwise. To explain, Dr. Schneil might not want to make snail people human, rather he wants snail people to stay separate from humans and enforces this by killing those who threaten to break the barrier between the two, hence the sudden increase of missing snail people and the death of Bella's parents. Those missing numbers and the death of her parents might be the result of those who were close to breaking the barrier, but Schneil caught them and killed them before they could. This surgery that Bella wants desperately shows a breaking of that barrier, and that might be why Schneil is suspicious of her. In other words, Dr. Schneil is suspicious of the fact that she might break the barrier. But why would Dr. Schneil want to keep humanity and shellfolk separate from each other? I have a few possible answers. 1. Dr. Schneil believes that breaking the division would destroy shellfolk culture and its identity. 2. He benefits from the divide in some way, whether politically, socially, or maybe even financially. 3. He sees shellfolk as superior and believes that humanity is a corrupting force. However, what makes me hit a roadblock when it comes to choosing these answers is Dr. Schneil's confusing actions. In the public, he says that he doesn't want shellfolk to be looked down upon by humans, which implies that he wants them to be seen as equal, yet he refuses anyone to leave and kills them when they attempt to leave. If he supposedly supports Snail and human equality, why does he keep them separate? There are so many unanswered questions that are making my brain rock itself. I just need one more clue and I might be able to figure out this man. Anyways, thanks for coming to my game theory, and this is SJ Raikou signing off. Peace!